Alright, hello, welcome. My name is Jason Welsh, and welcome to another episode of Unreal Editing. Today we are going to be covering Matinee. Okay, so we're going to show you a little bit of Matinee and how it works on a very simple device. Now I use Matinee to open up this door over here, but that's just, where is that stupid door? Okay, yeah, there, that door. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of what it does. So here I'm going to click on the floor, and I'm going to go over to my actor classes and get a dynamic actor. A light, because this segment it's all about lights, and make a toggleable light. Click on the floor and add a toggleable light. Okay, you also need a trigger volume, but you should know how to make that. So here, I'm going to take this trigger volume in Kismet. Going to pick me out a new spot over here, and I'm going to add that as a touch. Okay, so I'm going to touch that. Who's going to touch it? Well, Marcus, the player, is going to touch it. So move that over there and hold control to click and move any Kismet device over, straightening it out. Okay, now let's go to the light and right click new matinee. Okay, so right now I have a 5-second animation attached to this thing. So I want to make it so it loops. So I'm going to make sure I click on it and hit looping. In here, I'm going to open Unreal Matinee. Five seconds is really long. I'm very impatient. So what I'm going to do is move these keys over. So this green one is the start. I'm going to move the start over to 0 and this one over to 1 second. Okay? I'm also going to move this one to 1 second. And I can see that by I go over here and I can see where I'm moving it to. Now, while you're moving it, move it all the way, because if you try to let go, it's a pain to get back. There we go. 1 second. And this one is also 1 second. So now there are a 1 second loop. Alright, so the light, let's go in here and add a new group by right clicking in the little square and add a new group. We'll call it lights. Okay, now wouldn't it be cool if this light blinked? Yes, very annoying, but very cool. So what I'm going to do is make it blink on and off, on and off. So in here, I got the lights. I'm going to highlight this track. Now, let me explain something. Let me double click on the light and bring up its properties. Okay, remember the word properties here. Okay, now the properties here for brightness is right here. So I can make it bright by putting a 6 here, and then dim by putting a 0. But let's say here, if I right click, where's that at? Okay, but here we are, the word property. It has to be a dynamic actor, however. It has to be a toggleable light in order for this to work. Okay, in here I got draw scale, shadow radius, fallout, and finally brightness. Hit OK. Now, right now it's at 1. So I'm going to put it at maybe 6. Okay, and set a key. So right here is where I start, and I put a key there. Now I'm going to go back over to this one and put a key at 0. So 0, and then key it. Now I did that in reverse. Why? Well, that way the light's off by default. Okay, so it should be anyway. Let's play the level. It's going to ask me to click to get out of matinee. It's automatically do it for me. Okay. So lights are on. I can't really tell. Okay, something needs to be fixed. So let's kind of look at it. Ah, I forgot the string that plays it. There we go. Okay, so if I walk over here, flash bulbs go off. And it won't shut off. It'll keep going through the entire process no matter what. Now that's a dynamic light blinking like that. So your shadows are interplaying everything. This is a very costly thing I just did. So if you want to make sure that it's not so costly, turn off cast dynamic shadows off. Because what's happening here is I'm casting a shadow on the wall and it's constantly turning on and off, and it has a drop off ratio in between if you can kind of see it. Okay, so I don't want to give anybody a seizure, but that is matinee and how to control lights with matinee. And that's the end of this tutorial.